You know, if Spider-Man PS5 comes out on the PlayStation 5 during its first year, I'm buying a PS5, no doubt. There is no game that Microsoft can bring out during that first year that can change my mind. Almost no game. Could you imagine? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we cover the latest gaming news, leaks, and rumors from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in 2020 and beyond. If you want to be kept up on the latest gaming news, make sure you click that red subscribe button below this video and that notification bell so you know when I upload. In this video, we're going to go over the latest Spider-Man PS5 leaks that talk about gameplay changes, physics, characters, villains, and so much more, along with possible story details of Spider-Man PS5. As with all leaks I cover here on the Robo Show, take it with a grain of salt. So first up, it seems that MJ and Peter both work at the Daily Bugle along with Jonah Jameson. If you remember in Spider-Man PS4, JJ had a podcast instead of working at the Daily Bugle. Now according to this PS5 leak, the reason why he's at the Daily Bugle now and not doing his podcast is because financial hardships hit his podcast and he's returned to the Bugle. And for those wondering if we're going to be getting Eddie Brock in Spider-Man PS5, who later becomes Venom, it seems that we'll be interacting with both Eddie Brock and Jonah Jameson as Peter Parker, and there also are mentions of Dr. Octavius coming up as well. And for you Venom fans, it seems the symbiote will play a large role in the story. Apparently Peter comes across a blob of the symbiote on the street. But here's the strange thing, the symbiote isn't Venom. According to this leak, it's described as a proto-Venom, essentially something that will become the Venom symbiote that we know. Which makes a lot of sense because he only becomes Venom when he bonds with Eddie Brock. Before that, he just bonds with Spider-Man and he doesn't call himself Venom. Or is it themselves? In Act 1 of Spider-Man PS5, Harry breaks free as well. For those who haven't seen the ending, you'll be seeing it on screen right now, and of course this points to the famous Spider-Man villain, the Green Goblin, making his entrance. In the same scene, the symbiote bonds with Peter and leaves Harry. This paves the way for Eddie Brock's Venom to come into the game, and Harry will be used for something else later, most likely, of course, Green Goblin. Moving on to the gameplay changes, we have a whole slew of interesting Spider-Man PS5 changes. There's going to be 7 types of weather in the game. The ones that were showcased were light snow, heavy snow, and light rain. The snow can build up on your suit and allow for realistic footprints for the player and the NPCs. There's also an increase in smaller side quests called dynamic missions. These include grabbing balloons, which is a throwback to the Spider-Man 2 tie-in game, rescuing workers from scaffoldings that you need to rush to the hospital, which is actually pretty close to those side missions from the Amazing Spider-Man 1 game. Now the Statue of Liberty is also going to be fully traversable, and the black suit is making an appearance in the game. Each suit has a symbiote version of itself also, so think the Spider-Man PS4 suits but symbiote versions of those, which I think would be pretty cool actually. The black suit is going to have its own skill tree, and advanced suits and web suits are also in the game, as well as the Sam Raimi suit. Now the black suit doesn't try to copy Web of Shadows, but when equipped, certain elements of the combat from the first game are removed to create more fluid experiences when you're using the black suit. Attacks are faster and dodges are less important. You can also hit multiple enemies when using certain abilities with the black suit. Now new characters and boss fights are also leaked for Spider-Man PS5. This includes Mysterio being in the game, and a battle will take place on the Statue of Liberty. He also appears multiple times in the game as well. And here's something really interesting. More side quests will be included, with Daredevil and the Human Torch being mentioned. The Human Torch's missions will have you race against Johnny. Miles Morales seems to have playable scenes too, and he has his own suit. 3 DLC packs are planned like the first game, with Morbius, Carnage, and Wraith being the focus for each one. Now this leak comes to us from a Reddit user who states that he just came from a meeting where a lot of details of the next Spider-Man game was announced for PlayStation 5. Apparently Spider-Man PS5's reveal would have been in the summer of 2020, think E3 2020, but we already know what happened there. Can this thing just go away so we can get back to normal? Anyways, this is a lot of information in detail about a Spider-Man PS5 game. I kind of find it hard to believe that this much would leak out, but let's say it's true. Let's just give it a thought. When could we see the Spider-Man PS5 reveal, even though E3 2020 is cancelled? Well, of course, the State of Play. I think Sony would be crazy not to at very least have State of Play to show off all of this and even the actual PS5 design. This is what we want to see, and if the PS5 is getting Spider-Man PS5 year 1 during holiday of 2021, Xbox is gonna have to bring their A game. Of course, this could all be fake, but you really never know. So what do you think about all these Spider-Man PS5 leaks? Do you think it's true? If it is, would you be happy with these changes? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and thanks for joining me on this episode of the Robotron Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.